Hi everyone, it's Jody at Chico Scrapbooks with this week's Wednesday make and take video. This week I chose to do something a little more springy with some fun spring colors, and we made this card here in the shop on Wednesday. What we used is the Holtz Alterations Texture Fades Bubble and Honeycomb. We used the bubble, and we used the Chevron, and we used the Lattice. And I'll show you which pieces are which. So this top panel is the Lattice texture folder, and then we did the bubble, and then we did the Lattice. So it's just a fun mix of textures and patterns, and I'll go ahead and put this card together so you can see how we did it. First thing we did was cut our strips so that they would fit on a standard A2 card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, folded in half. And our craft strips are 1 5/8 by 4 1/8. And each of the white strips are 1 3/8, approximately 1 3/8 by approximately 4. So what that gives us is a nice border all around each of the craft pieces, and it fits great on the front of the card. So of course we used the Holtz Distress inks, and I'll go ahead and ink these up. We used Squeezed Lemonade, Worn Lipstick, and Shaded Lilac for the 3 panels. And for those of you who still have not tried the Distress inks, I really encourage you to give them a try. They're tons of fun, especially when you're using them on textured paper, because the ink will pick up the top layer and you get a really fun pattern, lots of dimension. Just remember to start off your page, work onto your page or your piece using little circles, and to blend. And you want to go over your layers until you get the kind of color and saturation that you really want. Sometimes one layer is not enough. So then after you get it covered, you can go in and add a nice border, a little bit of a shadow around the edge. Okay. This is the new mini blending tool. If any of you haven't seen it or haven't tried it, you really should. It's a lot of fun. It's a little easier maybe to use. It goes through stencils really well. Maybe I'll do a stencil project next Wednesday so you can see how easy these new little mini blenders work with the stencils, but you can get in and around smaller corners, and you don't get a hard edge when you apply ink to your paper, because of course it's a circle and there is no hard edge. So that's kind of a plus. I'm just going to go in and make these nice and rich and dark. Lots of color. Okay. And some shaded lilac. A little bit more. All right. So the next thing we did was to attach our colored panels to the craft panels. So I'm using Miracle Tape, and I'm going to of these. And last one. Go ahead and take these apart. Okay. Don't worry if your borders aren't too perfect. It's just for fun. You have permission to just create for fun. It doesn't always have to be perfect. So just enjoy the process. I went ahead and put 3/8 miracle tape onto the back of the craft pieces already. So those are already on there. Just take these off. I'll put the yellow one on first. And last one. Okay, really cute. Hopefully you can see the detail on the texture panels and that pretty bright color. The next thing we did was to apply one of the hashtag stamps. This Stampers Anonymous collection is really fun, and I'm going to go ahead and use Breathe. So we'll put it on our little block, and we're going to use a little piece of craft with Potting Soil Archival ink. Do it right here. There we go. Just going to cut a little flag. And go straight up the middle. And then I'm going to snip off the corners. Should make a perfect little flag. Like that. I'm going to use a little bit of vintage photo and go around the edges of our flag. Oops. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. And we're really loving these dies. With this project, we used the Mover and Shaper mini butterfly set, and it's a lot of fun. I love how they show the book print on those butterflies. So what we did was we printed a bunch with book paper and on chipboard. How you do that is you want to cover your chipboard with a wide Suquang score tape, or we use Miracle Tape. Cover a piece of chipboard and then tear out pages of book. You can put them any other direction, any direction you want, and you'll end up with something like this. Once you cut it down and run it through your Big Shot or other die cut machine, you'll end up with these cute little shapes. So we're going to do 3 of those. And I think I'm going to ink mine with Vintage Photo this time. Just going to do a little bit around the edge. And I think this will look pretty with the craft paper. For those of you who can't make it into the shop here at Chico Scrapbooks, we do free make and take projects every Wednesday. Just a quick little simple project that you can make in 10 to 15 minutes. And maybe you can make it into the shop. We invite you to come in, even if you've never been here before, anytime all day long on Wednesday 10 to 6. Come into the classroom and have some fun. If you can't make it in, we definitely like to have you watch our videos, leave a few comments if you like it. And we're posting those to Facebook and YouTube, so hopefully you'll get a chance to see it online if you can't come in to do it in person. We just sort of bent these a little bit. They do have a little bit of give, so you can give them a little bend, a little shape, and they'll have some dimension. We're using pop dots on the back of the butterfly. And I'll put this one there. Okay, we're going to use a tiny attacher to attach our little flag right here. I'm going to put it down a little bit since we have a little bit of extra space at the bottom of our card. We'll just make that work. Turn it into a design element and attach our flag a little lower. Cute. All right, now we're just going to use a little silk fiber. I've got 2 pieces cut. One's a little shorter. And what we're going to do is just tie a knot. Hopefully I'll be able to do this with these nails. Are kind of challenging for me, but see if I can get it on there. There we go. With our long piece, we're just going to make a loop around 3 or 4 fingers there, pull it off, and we're going to tie it on to our loose pieces. And tie it tight, and it makes a cute little bow. Okay, so that's it for this week's Make and Take card. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope y'all can make it down to the shop to play with us one of these Wednesdays. If not, enjoy the videos and please leave a comment. Happy April and have a good night. Bye.